Hey guys, Hemi Vertible here. Hey guys, Hemi Vertible here. This should be a quick one. I just want to run through, now that we got the charger back home, we got the whole back end pretty much completed. We're going to jump to the front and we're going to swap that front bumper out. I got a new bumper from AMD. This back bumper really turned out very nice. So we'll see what we can do with the front. I already basically pulled the daggone thing off. To do that, you got to start with the valance. And what I'm going to do is go through and just show you where all the bolts are, because before you get started, you have like no idea where to take anything out. So let's we'll go through all that real quick, and then we'll go back and look at the frame and bracket and all that stuff and get her stuck back on there. So here we go, let's take a look. So this is the valance here. This is how it goes on the front. Got your two big openings for your turn signals, little access openings to get the screws and bolts and stuff. For the most part, you have three screws on each side for your turn signals, and you have to remember that these two kind of hold in place, but that one up top, that is the one that grounds your light. If you don't have a screw in that one and you don't have a clean connection, your turn signal light won't light up and it won't work because it's not grounded properly. So if you ever run into that problem, that could be it. So for the most part, the biggest bolts on this thing are, there's 14 of them. You've got 4 of them that come in through the bottom of the radiator core support. You got 2 of them on each side that go to the fender. Also, you have one on here and one here that also bolts to the fender. And then these here on top are up underneath of there as well. And you have 2 in the center that bolt to the radiator core support. It looks like we have a couple out here that are probably for some covers, wheel well covers or something of that sort. I have not put them on yet. The car did not come with those, but I'm sure something goes there. But for the most part, you've got to pull this out if you're taking your bumper off. There's really no way you're getting that bumper off, especially with this piece in the way. So the valance has got to come out in order to get that bumper out of there. Let's go take a look at the front real quick. So the front, it's got all these clips. Most of these bolts are all got these clips, whatever they call these daggone things that hold it on there. There's the 2 bottom of the fender, there's the front of the fender, and then you got something up under here that I did not screw into anything up there for the top of the valance, but I'm assuming there's probably something up in there, like in the bottom of the grill or some sort. But these grills, most of them, people take the bumper off and they drop it too quickly and they crack that end off. This one here survived, the other side did not. But so you got those bolts there, and then you have these 4 that come through the bottom of the radiator core support. You have a couple here that are in the center of the core support. That's basically the piece that you got to get out of here so that you can get the bumper off of there. And then the bumper itself basically bolts right into those 2 openings in the side of the frame on each side, so that the frame itself has the slots in it, and these bolts go through, and then you move the bumper fore and aft to get it tight to the front grille there. And then left and right, the frames themselves have slotted openings in them. So what I'll do is I'll slide that bumper on there, or the frame on there, and once we have the frame on there, we'll kind of leave it hanging and pulled forward as far as we can. We'll stick the bumper on, slide in, test fit it, and see left and right, and then we'll go ahead and snug those bolts left and right, and then slide it back in there and snug those bolts, and then try to run everything home after we make sure that it's all lined up. The other trick is that frame itself. It has that dog bone that goes across the bottom here as well. And that thing will show you. We went ahead and left that bolted on there so that we kept the frame intact, so I can just slide it right back in place. But we'll get into the shop next. I got that frame. I'm wire wheeling it, trying to knock off as much as the rust I can. And I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some rust converter to clean it up and protect it so that it doesn't rust anymore. It's going to be garaged the rest of its life for the most part, so I'm not too worried about it rusting, but definitely need to go ahead and get it sealed up. Those frames are pretty solid. It'd probably take forever for them things to rust and rot away, but once they're coated, they should be good. All right, we'll next stop be at the shop. We'll see you there. So we got the old front bumper off the car sitting here on the little table I got to roll around. One of the things I wanted to talk about was, these bolts were so incredibly rusted on here that when you went to take the back off of it, they just stripped. Yeah, so basically once they stripped off of there, these things just spin. There's just a carriage bolt. You get the little square back in there, and if that strips or the bolt strips, it won't come out. So I'd tack weld that one on there so we can get the bolt off of the backside. They were rusted on there pretty bad. Some of them came off, but other ones didn't. So we had to, I think we welded a couple of them on there, got that one on there. These were just holding the brackets on the sides. But, it's pretty crazy because the bumper's got 6 bolts in it. I bought a kit for 4, thinking I had 4 bolts in the front and 4 bolts in the back, but you got to buy 3 4-bolt kits if you want to do front and back bumpers. Now, this thing, basically 2 of the bolts are just these end ones, which hold the bracket that bolts to the fender. The 4 bolts up in the front here, actually there's more than that. There's 8. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts. So you need 3 packs of 4. But these frames basically 5 separate pieces, which is interesting in itself. You got these outer pieces that are basically just bolted in down there, and it has a top nut and a bottom nut. It's nice because they're all slotted so that you can align the bumper in the front, and then of course the holes that go into the frame are slotted so you can slide the bumper forward and backwards. I went ahead and left this wishbone bolted in there so that all this kind of stays together. I won't have to be fumbling with it all trying to slide it back in there. I should be able to just, once I get it all cleaned up and paint it, we can just take it and slide it back in there. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just put a bolt up in the front here all the way to the back, kind of let it hang down a little bit, and I'll go ahead and try to bolt my bumper up, and I'll slide it forward and backwards, try to test fit it. But right now we're just hitting it with the wire wheel. I'm gonna rough it up real good, clean it up, and then I'm gonna put some, actually I think instead of the Eastwood encapsulator on this piece, I'm gonna do some that rust reformer. So turn it into rust. I don't have really any bare metal. I use the encapsulator if I have some rust and some bare metal, because the old rust reformer is not for bare metal, so they say on the can. But we'll go ahead and get this baby cleaned up and get this bumper back to the house, or this frame back to the house. I got the new bumper back there. We'll get it painted up, cleaned up, back to the house, and we'll go ahead and get this thing set back on the front of the car. All right, so here's my outer bumper brackets. Got them nicely coated with a couple layers of this Rust-Oleum rust reformer after we wire wheeled and cleaned them up really nice. And here I got the balance of the frame, the inner arms, and the old bone that goes in the center there, down here in my shop at work. Got one coat on that one, about ready to hit it with another coat. Just make sure we got, you know, plenty of rust reformer everywhere that we need it. But we'll get this baby painted up the rest of the way and have it ready to go in next week when all my bumper bolts show up. All right, guys, so we got the bumper brackets on there, the little wishbone piece across the center, and there's our bumper brackets on the front on the other side. And basically you got one front bolt in on each side so that we can pick it up and down, so we can you know, get the bumper bolted on there, and then we'll raise it and slide it back. Should be able to see. Can't really see in the slot there. I might have to loosen it to pull that a little bit further forward so that we can get it out front here and make sure we don't hit our lip on our bumper. But next thing we'll do, now we got the brackets just temporary on there, we'll go ahead and stick a bumper on the front end. All right, there you go. We got her started at least. We got some adjusting to do. A couple of the brackets seem like they're a little crooked. We got, you know, got to line up the outside of the bumper with the fenders. And then we got to lift it up. It's going to come up there somewhere like that. And we have to pick it up, put the bolts in the back, and slide it home. But like I said, you know, if you look out here, we're sticking out past the fender a lot there. And then over here, not so much. But I think when it picks up, it might look a little different when it gets up a little bit higher, but we'll see. Right now it looks a little wide, but could be just since it's down low. But yeah, it's gonna be sharp. So I wanted to show you, I got it pulled up a little bit. Still looks like it could have come up a hair, but I had forgotten that, you know, they've got these the brackets on the side that this bolt hooks onto, and then the bracket bolts into the bottom of the fender there. And I loosened up everything all the way across the front, all those bolts, and I snugged those up as tight as I could, and that's about as high as I could get it up there. Let me take a look at this bracket. So that's the bracket up in there, goes right into the fender. And so that pulled it up a hair, but I'm thinking that's more just for stability. But I don't think that's leveling out any more than that. I think that's about as level as we're gonna get. I think if anything, you know, once again, it's a aftermarket bumper, and you're gonna have a little bit of inconsistency in it. That's what you're gonna get. All right, there you go. Got that bumper on there. Looks pretty good. Got it lined up fairly well. Looks like it's a little wide. Hard to tell. But, you know, not a stock bumper. It's an AMD bumper. I wouldn't expect it to fit perfect, being aftermarket. But, you know, if you're not looking at it, nobody's going to notice. The only other thing I think is maybe my brackets may have been bent a little bit because the front's kind of lean, or the side's leaning down a hair. I tried to pull it and twist it down as much as I could and mess with the brackets, and couldn't get it to turn down anymore. But you can always play with it later. But I just want to get it on there, get that valance back on there so we can get her back on the road running around. You can always play with it another time. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.